Hello again! A few weeks ago I went to Denmark. You may have seen my vlog about this. My week with Miniaturist Journal 66. And my first stop was on the island of Fyn in Denmark, where I visited Egeskov Castle with its beautiful gardens. Egeskov Castle is a 16th century Renaissance water castle, and while it's still privately owned and used by a Danish count and his family, the castle and the grounds are mostly open to the public. It looks like something out of a fairy tale, don't you think? Inside the castle, the rooms reflect the history and tastes of several of the former and present occupants, with some beautiful furniture and decor. Like this yellow room with a suite of Louis XVI furniture. Or this rather wonderful corner bedroom. I would really like a room like this. I'd love it. Or this Victorian room with furniture, paintings, knickknacks, etc. from the family's heritage reflecting the middle to late 19th century. But that's not really why I came here. I came here for this. Titania's Palace. Titania's Palace is a 12-scale doll's house made by the British Army officer and painter Sir Nevile Wilkinson for his daughter Gwendolen. In 1907, when his young daughter said she saw a fairy among the roots of a tree in their garden, he told her it was Titania, the fairy queen. He promised his daughter to build a special building for Titania, in hoping it would persuade the fairy queen and her court to transfer themselves and their treasures to the palace. Now, of course, Titania, the fairy queen, is a fictional character from William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. And here she is in a wonderful illustration by Arthur Rackham, meeting her husband Oberon, king of all the fairies. Sir Nevile Wilkinson commissioned Irish cabinet makers James Hicks and Sons to build the beautiful wooden structure. Sir Nevile did much of the interior decorating himself, and after 15 years of working on it, in 1922, the palace was finally finished. It then went on display, and the doll's house was used for many years to raise funds for children's charities. In 1978, Titania's Palace went up for auction at Christie's, and it was bought by the Lego Foundation. And that's where I saw it the first time back in 2005, at Legoland in Denmark. And since 2007, it's been on loan for exhibition here at Egeskov Castle. Let's go inside! But first, let me apologize, because due to the reflectiveness of the glass protecting the interiors, it was very difficult to get good shots of them. And it's a shame, but there's nothing I could do about it, so I'm showing it to you anyway. Now, the palace consists of 18 rooms and displays 3,000 tiny works of art and miniatures from around the world, ranging from a tiny Bible and the world's smallest working church organ to the finest collection of miniature Bristol glass and 2 Renaissance figures in solid gold attributed to the 16th century Italian goldsmith Benvenuto Cellini. Wow, that was a mouthful. In this private entrance, the beautiful guest book is proudly displayed, and it has some very famous signatures in there. And from here we can go upstairs to the private rooms of Queen Titania and her family. Via the upper landing, and this actually is the landing on the left, but the landing on the right is pretty similar, and it will take you into the king's dressing room, which I'm very sorry to say, but I forgot to film or take pictures of. And behind the king's dressing room is Prince Zephyr and Noelle's bedroom. Oberon and Titania had no less than 7 children. The princes each had their own washbowl, but they obviously shared a bed. The room has some beautiful furniture in it. But also fun boys' toys like rackets, games, boomerangs, snowshoes, and it has dogs running around the room on the wallpaper frieze. If we go back across the landing, we come to the Queen's bedroom. Now, given that this is Queen Titania's bedroom, at first glance the room looks fairly ordinary. But look at it in more detail and we can notice exquisitely painted walls and ceilings, beautiful furniture and wonderful accessories. When we leave the bedroom on the left and go across the landing, we come to a corridor. And here we see evidence that even fairies have to do some cleaning. Yes, one of the items we see there is a vacuum cleaner, and evidence of its use can be taken from this photo, taken in 2014, where the vacuum cleaner is on the right wall. And in this video, taken in 2023, it rests against the left wall, so it's been moved. On the left of the corridor we can enter the bathroom, where, apparently, fairies bathe in dewdrops collected from rose petals. And here again we see beautifully decorated walls and ceilings, all painstakingly hand-painted by Sir Nevile himself. This room also has beautifully crafted and veneered furniture, as well as tiny glass, silver and porcelain accessories. And this stunning crystal vessel on a stand is for collecting the dewdrops used as bath water by the fairies. The following 3 rooms, located behind the bathroom, are the domain of the princesses Iris, Ruby, Daphne, Pearl and the baby Crystal. I assume the 2 bedrooms on either side of the day nursery are shared by the 4 older princesses, while baby Crystal sleeps in the day nursery. The day nursery is a lovely, large, bright room with space for sitting, reading, writing and learning, and of course, room to play. The room is full of wonderful toys, but the one thing that draws my attention most is the fabulous doll's house on the left. This tiny doll's house is a model of the first doll's house made by Sir Nevile. Now, let's go back downstairs to the private entrance and explore the ground floor of Titania's palace. On the right, and yes, on the floor plan that's on the left, because basically we're at the back of the building, so on the right we find the King's study. The King's study is filled with many pieces of beautiful furniture, like this roll-top desk, which is almost identical to the one we just saw in the day nursery. And judging from the paperwork on the desk, it looks like even fairy kings have to pay bills sometimes. And here is another fantastic piece of furniture. It's a pity the reflection of the glass makes it so hard to see this gorgeous walnut bureau. The bureau even has working locks and a secret drawer. It was made by a man called Fred Early, who was also one of the miniature furniture makers for Queen Mary's doll's house. The room holds many more treasures, like this wonderful cello and the gorgeously carved chair. When we go back to the private entrance and go to the left, yes, that's the right on the floor plan, we come to the morning room. This room has a very relaxed feel about it, with a few places to sit and read or play games for the whole family. I love this cozy setup with the comfortable sofa by the fireplace. And of course, again, there's beautiful furniture and wonderful accessories throughout the room. And in this room you can really see that Sir Nevile collected miniatures from all over the world. Now behind the morning room is the dining room, and as with every room in this house, it is filled with fantastic furniture and miniature treasures. I'll just let you look around. And here we've come to the last room of the private quarters of Titania's palace, the Queen's boudoir. This is the comfortable private domain of the fairy queen, where she could perhaps do some work, write letters, play some music and relax. Maybe spend some time on her hobbies or entertain friends.